but I'm sure you also have a view on this issue. Is it time for the Oireachtas to get involved?
Well, I certainly think Seamus Wolfe shouldn't be continuing as a Supreme Court judge. I think if he does, it's just another illustration of how, this is a man who was involved in writing the rules that he then subsequently broke. But, some of these people in the establishment think that rules are for other people.
Yeah, okay. We have you on that point. Should the Oireachtas get involved? Because we have an impasse here.
Well, I think if we had a clear statement from the government indicating that they have no confidence in Seamus Wolfe, or indicating that they think he should go, that may add the pressure on him, which is substantial.
Yeah, we know what could happen. Could happen. What's your view on it, Paul?
We haven't discussed that in terms of whether we would support or bring a motion or whatever. I understand that, legally the interpretation of stated misbehaviour is quite, or generally has been quite narrow, so whether that would cover it. But certainly, we don't think he should be a Supreme Court judge, and certainly the Oireachtas is entitled to have a statement, stating its opinion that they don't think that he should be a Supreme Court.
Well, they can go further. They can, as you're a law student, I know you know this better than I. Article 35 of the Constitution allows for any judge's removal, as you said, on the basis of misbehaviour upon resolutions passed by Dáil Éireann and Sean Éireann. Is that where we're heading on this?
I'm not sure. I do think that the general legal interpretation of stated misbehaviour is serious criminal conviction of serious criminal offences.
Okay.
So whether it covers it or not, I'm not sure legally. That just requires.
So you would not be certain to vote if such a resolution came before the Dáil. At this stage, you haven't made a decision on what way you would be voting.
Well, certainly at this stage we haven't made a decision as to whether that's a route we are going to bring the Dáil down. Obviously, if other people brought us down that direction, well, then that's something we would respond to. And look, I'm not going to be voting confidence in Seamus Wolfe. No question about it. Okay,
so you would be voting to remove him in such a scenario, and I accept such a scenario has not yet come to pass. Can we talk about Leo Varadkar? Are you dancing to Sinn Féin's tune here?
No, I think this is very, very simple, and the government, managed actually to make it appear complicated, and sometimes scandals can be complicated, but this is very, very simple. When Leo Varadkar was Taoiseach, he took a confidential document that was being finalised in negotiations with the IMO, and he gave it to his friend and political supporter, who was the head of the rival organisation, the NAGP. He did so without telling the IMO about it. He did so without telling any of his government colleagues about it. And by doing so, he broke the code of conduct for members, which is clear that you shouldn't use information that you get confidentially or through your official duties to give an advantage to anybody else. He broke the rules for office holders, which say office holders should respect.
Do we not have all this? Do we not trash all this out last week, I suppose, is the point.
But the point is, if anybody out there did this in the course of their work, they're involved in some negotiation or whatever, and they just give the negotiating documents.
Paul, come on, let's not be naive. Politicians leak documents all the time. It's not like the real world, and we know it.
But this is not a question of some gossip from the cabinet or whatever. This is a confidential document, and Leo Varadkar did admit actually in the Dáil last week that this was a confidential document, and this is subject to these rules. It's also subject to the Corruption Offences Act, which I think the Village has made a very good case that Leo Varadkar is in breach of and has potentially committed a criminal offence.
Hang on, sorry. There's no suggestion of a criminal offence being committed. So,
there absolutely is. I tell you, I think the Village has made a very good case.
Yeah, the Village made lots of Official Secrets Act and stuff like that. That's for the birds.
Let me quote this to you. An Irish official who uses confidential information obtained in the course of his or her office for the purpose of corruptly obtaining an advantage for any other person shall be guilty of an offence. I think there is a clear case there. Varadkar, I think it's clear, is not going to sue the village, despite their allegations about criminal offences. So people can draw.
Well, we need to state for the record that Leo Varadkar has emphatically denied that he did anything that was illegal, and as of now, there is no evidence that he did anything illegal. Can I just ask you? I'm presuming you're voting no confidence in the Tallaght.
Absolutely, because this is a question of, do these rules apply to these people, or again, like with the Seamus Wolf story, are the rules just for somebody else? I mean, what the whole thing indicates is this kind of series of interlocking golden circles of privileged access for certain groups. At the very same time that this was taking place, there was a group of paramedics out on strike, just seeking to negotiate.
Paul,
they weren't seeking to get access.
We do have to leave it there. Paul Murphy, thank you indeed for talking to us this morning. Paul Murphy, Rise TD for Dublin South West.
Now the time.